Well, guys, welcome. Massimo, Alessia, thank you for joining us.
Showing us.
Let's start. How do you guys know each other?
How do we know each other?
Yeah.
Well, we live in the same house. Yeah, we're brother and sister.
There you go.
And we started the business together and somehow still doing it together.
How long have you been running it together for now?
Since 2020. So
July
yeah,
2020, yeah.
2.5 years
Around that,
Yeah, Observe Gallery. It's I love what you guys are doing, especially being brother and sister. I think this is such an incredible dynamic, and I know you guys have actually never sort of publicly spoken about the brand or almost revealed your faces. So this is a bit of an unveiling, if you will.
That's it.
Two beautiful faces as well. Don't know why you've been hiding them for so long.
God.
But
Thanks, guys.
On that note, I mean, we spoke at length on this podcast about being the face of your brand and what comes with that, sort of the trust in those components, and then doing the opposite, being a little bit more behind the scenes, letting the products stand for themselves. You guys have had an interesting, I would say you've done the latter, let the products speak for themselves, but has this been a conscious choice coming on today, and is that something you plan to do in the future, get a bit more transparent with who you are?
I mean, this is a topic of discussion that comes up often. We're unsure with revealing our faces and being super transparent about our processes. Like, we do like to maintain that aspect of like mystery, we like to call it. And yeah, it works both ways. You can be super transparent. You can jump on TikTok and show your behind the scenes work. And I think brands that are doing that, it's really interesting. I don't know that we're gonna go with that kind of route. Yeah, I think we like to maintain that mystery, and we like to keep the product speaking for itself. And yeah, we put a lot of time in what we're doing, and I think if the product is there and it's high quality, I think people appreciate that more than us just saying, oh, yeah, this is what we're doing, and you got to buy it because it's us.
Yeah. I'm so fascinated because I don't think I've ever spoke to a business that's two siblings. And I think siblings typically don't get along that well. Nah, I think just like
Nothing's saying that we do.
That's why we're here to dive in today, guys. We can't wait to hear some of those stories. But yeah, it's super unique. And I guess where my mind goes is I love that you're jumping on here today and showing a bit of that, because it is, again, so unique, so rare. And there's a lot of people today, showing their face and almost using it as a bit of like, come on, support me. Like, this is more than just my brand. It's me. I need your support. But I don't see that with you two from a lot of different angles, but especially just being siblings. It's like, wow, I think all siblings around the world go like, holy shit. They're almost living out their fantasies of working with their siblings. Well, that I am, at least. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but I guess digressing to some of, working together closely. So how old are you guys?
I'm 22.
I'm 19.
Cool. So, very young.
Yep.
You guys both studied and stuff like that, or like what's been the dynamic?
We're both still studying. I'm doing the Master of Architecture.
I've just changed course. I'm doing communications at RMIT now, advertising.
Cool.
Yep.
And how many hours would you be putting into the business?
Into the business per week, I guess. I mean, it's a non-stop process. I've never really sat down to count the amount of hours that go into something, and you would understand that like your brain's constantly ticking over. So it's a 24/7 job. I think I could count the amount of hours I put into uni. Yeah. Because that's a stop-start kind of situation. But you could agree that it's just like it's constant talking. There's a message sent at 11:30 p.m. and there's a message sent at 6 a.m. I don't know. It's
We're sending things to each other on Instagram at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
On the way to training.
How do you guys go with that? Does that ever create burnout or anything for you guys?
I don't know. I don't get sick of it. I think Alessia tells me to
sometimes I'm
relax.
Relax.
No, but it's good. Like, yeah, it's good. We send each other stuff all the time, and we're always communicating. And it's something we enjoy. How can we get sick of it?
Yep. Are you guys still living in the family home?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bedroom's next to each
Yeah, I was
other.
gonna say, like,
We'll still send a message. I'm not walking into it.
We're like yelling.
You just get a knock on the wall, like.
No, if I walk into the room, it's get out.
yeah.
We're like yelling through the wall.
I like that color.
Yeah, literally. Man, what colour do you want? No, not that one. Which one? Like,
Four knocks equals yes, 3 equals no. Like.
it's yeah.
That's
no,
awesome.
we're still doing it
Where's your mum and dad on all this?
Yeah, they've been really good about it. They're like, yeah, you need to take it to the next level. Be serious about it. Be serious.
But they love it. Dad loves it.
Yeah,
Dad
always
gets
with
involved.
some crazy suggestions.
Yeah. Oh, some old school, like,
yeah.
you're making leather. You're like, oh.
Okay, we're doing that. But yeah, no, they've been really, really good. I mean, we did our pop-up store early last year. They were there. Nonna was there.
Oh, wow.
Cousins
Awesome.
came. They got around
everyone's
it.
there.
Wow.
It's a family and friends operated business. Like, that's what it's been from the get-go, and that's what it still is. So, yeah.
Love that so much. We heard there's been a few family board meetings over
Oh,
the
yeah.
years.
Is this
Oh,
true?
yeah.
There was a recent one.
Mum's chairing
go through that?
board
Yeah.
meetings.
Let's
I'm
dive
getting in a
into
bit
that.
of trouble here, and then my sister's like, "All right, we're getting a meeting together now." Mum comes in, she
An
sits.
agenda.
She's no longer mum. It's not mum anymore. It's like Daniela. It's formal meeting.
Chair of the meeting.
And I'm laughing. She's like, "What are you laughing at? This is serious, you know." No, but it's good.
Where are you having it? Is this like the kitchen
This
table?
is the kitchen table.
Yeah.
Clear the kitchen table.
Yeah.
It's needed sometimes. I need a bit of a reality check.
Yeah.
Like, you know, pull
Straight
my head
after
in a
dinner,
little bit.
it's load the dishwasher.
Yeah.
And then board meeting.
Back to the table.
Yeah.
Dad's doing the minutes.
Yeah.
Fuck,
But,
that's so
but
good.
it's good. I mean, it's fun. They love it though. They get involved. You know, always giving us new ideas. Mum was behind the register at the pop up, grabbing stock. Like they love it.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, it's really good having their support.
So, how would you guys describe Observe Gallery?
How would we describe it? I would describe it as a very understated, minimal, preppy style fashion brand, I guess, to put it very simply. Yeah, we really enjoy we enjoy high fashion. I wouldn't say we're high fashion, but I'd say we want to work towards something like that. Just, yeah, super simple kind of, understated pieces. And, yeah, that's what we love to wear. I mean, this isn't very understated today, but, yeah, that's what we're going to work towards.
Has it always been that way for your brand? Like, has that always been the vision?
I don't know if it has. I think we really wanted to. I guess it has been, but I don't think we started making stuff from the get-go that was in line with that vision.
That reflected what
Yeah,
we wanted to.
It began with leisurewear. It began with fleece.
Hoodies, t-shirts.
Yeah,
Which is what everyone
simple
did
stuff.
in COVID, I guess. Everyone was like, people need comfy clothes to wear. It's winter, so everyone kind of jumped on that bandwagon, yeah, in a way. But now we're kind of transforming, which is good.
Yeah.
What was the catalyst for that transformation?
You know what? I think it's as we grow up, your taste changes, and I think we just wanted. It's from the get go. It's been clothes that we want to wear. We'll make. That's really it. And as we've grown up, our taste has changed. We've researched more into the industry. You look at you've discover a whole lot more, and you start to design things that you're into. Yeah, it's something I think we spoke about yesterday, and I guess this is addressing maybe something you might bring up later on, is letting people dictate what you design. And I don't know if that's a really great way to go about it, and that comes into community. And is it right to let the community dictate what you design, or is it right to follow your own path and your own interests and let people then
Decide whether they
buy into what you're doing?
Yeah.
I think it's very much a subjective thing, right?
It is.
There's no right or wrong answer, I guess.
Yeah, I'd love to dive into that right now. I think it's such a cool lens. I mean, right now, almost every episode we talk about community being like a big buzzword. It's almost the new like sustainability, you know? It's like, if you don't have a community, you're not a great brand, which I don't entirely agree with. I think, you know, my strength as a business person is building community. So I'm biased in a sense, like I love what community stands for, but I also love what you raise there, Mass. I think there's a lot of things to be said. I think the stronger your community is, the more open you are to having them drive your vision.
Yeah.
And that's, can be a great thing. It
Yeah.
can also lead you down some waters where you look back, after a year or two and you go, fuck, how do we land
Is
here?
that really what I wanted to do?
Yeah.
Is that in line with the vision? Get-go.
Hey, I see in your Instagram biography, you guys have community there. So like, how's your relationship been with community?
It's been building. We definitely have been building it over time. We just don't want to cross that line of letting the community dictate everything. I guess trends pop up all the time, and I think people will demand a certain style or product that's popular at that point, and that's great. That's going to generate your sales and stuff. But I don't know. I think we like to design things that we like to wear, and maybe even do something a little bit unique that people aren't into at the time. I think we sort of did that with the shirt. There's not a heap of people like our age that are wanting to wear refined stuff like this, but we'll style it in a way that that maybe gives people a little bit more confidence to do something like that. Be a bit different. So,
but we do get the community involved. I mean, we try. We did the community artist program, like that little initiative where we got a bunch of artists to send in.
We're gonna be displaying their work at our pop-up store.
Oh wow, that's sick.
And then so little things like that, we want to get people involved and like really share their talent. Like that's really important to recognize, and I think like little initiatives like that we're happy to do. Like we love that. That's but there is like a bit of a line.
Sounds like you guys are drawing a real long-term approach in that you're not going to sell yourself short now for and being a startup, being 2-3 years into a business, obviously cash flow and sales is super important. So there's like some part of you that you're like, well, maybe we do just run a hoodie because we know we're going to sell X amount, and that's going to be great for this business at the moment. But it sounds like you guys are stepping back and like, if we do sell that, what does that look like for the brand in 5 years' time? Which is a really good way to be thinking.
A lot to be said for that too, because I think being 19 and 22, when you make potentially tens of thousands of dollars off a garment, it's very hard to turn that money away because you've never sold garments before. This is your first big business, right? So you can get caught in that moment of like, God, let's just keep doing this, right? This is what grows the business, but that's very short-sighted. I love how you guys think long-term, and I know you're going to get opportunities perhaps to be stocked at certain brands and things like that, and these are pivotal decisions for you to make, and you have to think 5 years in advance. Like, what is that? It might be the great short-term, like, cool, we'll sell 10 times the amount of product, but if that saturates the brand, then in 5 years' time, you're going to wish you never sold that much.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Like longevity. We're just trying to think about how we can sustain what we're doing and create that brand image, like continue creating like a brand image that we're proud of and we're happy with.
What is that? What is the brand image you're happy with?
What is the brand image?
Just like what you said, like understated, like just really classy pieces that like that are, I don't know, like
just I guess we want people to feel like they're not wearing the same thing as that
everyone else.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I can see like the simplicity in a lot of your recent design, and they're very timeless pieces, I think. So there's a lot to be said for that. The colorways, I think, you know that it might come in and out of fashion a tiny bit, but over the long term, it'll always sort of be there, like a sort of like a pinstripe tee or shirt. I think, that's a great way to design.
Back to the vision, is it centered around certain pieces, or is it more so like we want to be stocked in these types of places, or we want to be running these types of campaigns? We want to build this community.
Yeah.
How do you think about it?
Yeah, the vision is to initially create collections that are very full. They have a range, but high quality stuff. Your jackets, nice denim, nylon pieces, not just your hoodies and t-shirts. I think I don't want to say it, like I feel bad saying it, but like a real proper fashion label is going to cover like
A whole variety
of pieces that interests a whole variety of people. Comes back to that community thing. And it's not always about like doing little initiatives. I think it's almost about like creating product that involves everyone, and that's like our brand is unisex, and all of our styling is also unisex. So yeah, we want to involve as many people, interest as many people as we can. And I think then when we can do that, we can then look to, I don't know, be stocked in certain places that represent the same values as
that you guys represent.
We're representing. Yeah.
How did you go, making those decisions? Because I know the brand, as you said, was heavily fleece dominated. And then was it really hard to be, because I can imagine you'd be selling more hoodies than you were those shirts.
Yeah.
So
it's hard.
Yeah, when you're thinking like, fuck, we're making X amount, now we're maybe taking a loss or breaking even. What's that like?
We felt that at the start when we started to transition.
Nervous about it.
Yeah, we were very, very nervous. And we felt that at the start, that when we did start to transition and Mus was saying, okay, let's start designing these pieces that not everybody will buy and jump on, I was kind of like, I don't know about it. Like, this is where we are. Like, right now, this is where it's all happening.
It's very safe doing that stuff.
Yeah.
I think, it's a very safe way of doing business. And
In the short term,
I say business because it is a very business style approach.
Driven, yeah.
I don't see like it being a super creative style of design.
Yeah, I think Mus was very like, let's take risks. Let's start this year and just take risks and do what we want to do. If it flops, it flops. But at least
you've done it your way.
We've done it our way. And we're
Bit of Frank
bringing out.
I was going to say a bit of Frank Sinatra. Took words out of my mouth.
I might write a song about it.
So what's the dynamic? Who does what in the business? Sounds like Massimo, you're trying to fire away on all these ideas and take those risks, and Alessio, you're having to pull him back a little bit. And
it's a bit of that. And I think that's what makes it work in a way. It's good, but Mus is very. You got all these crazy ideas, and it's good. It's really good, and I love it. Sometimes I kind of try and pull him back down to earth, and like I'm a bit of a realist sometimes, but yeah, that's just it's a dynamic.
Sounds like a good dynamic. You guys
duo.
meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, we do. We end up meeting in the middle, and we compromise with each other. But your ideas are great though. Like
It's the first time, ladies and gentlemen.
what am I going to
The dynamic is good, and Alessia's a great speaker. She's a great communicator and very sociable person. So she takes care of a lot of that stuff through Instagram. She's posting. She's got her aesthetic. She builds that, and she builds that side of the brand. Whereas I enjoy,
behind the scenes,
working in the dark. I'm a bit more behind the scenes. I'll talk to suppliers and I'll design the products, but it's not me just designing. It's me like whipping something up and saying, Les, what do you think of this? What can we do about it? What do you think of the colours?
What can we change?
Material?
Yeah.
Do you like this? It'll be a very quick no.
No, fix it.
Yeah, that's
change
okay.
it.
Yeah. After I've spent about 12 hours.
Full mask, okay. That's
Good.
not ideal.
Need some validation.
Not ideal from me.
How does the business relationship, does it blur the lines of like your brother and sister dynamic? Have you seen that, or are you good at distinguishing them?
Oh, they do blend. I mean, 1 second we'll be discussing fabric, the next second I'm not allowed in a room.
Yeah.
Or it's like, get
That's
out
just
of the
huddled by
shower.
orange juice or something. There's none left in the fridge.
Yeah, or you can clean up the table downstairs, come and clean it down.
I don't know. I get fiery sometimes. I think I'm the problem in half the.
Again.
I'm just confessing.
What's
everything.
going
He's
on?
loving
What
this.
is
podcast?
We need to get some microphones at home.
It's all recorded.
The admission microphone.
No, but I am fiery, but like I don't know. Like 1 minute we'll be like at the office discussing like we're business partners, and then we get home and there's like a massive argument. But it's like that's
what it
just
is.
how it
And
works,
it
and that's the
allows-
beauty of being a sibling duo. It's because you can be real with each other, and you can tell each other F off, and you can tell each other this is atrocious.
Yeah, without
And
having
that's
to,
really good.
Without being offended or.
That's
I
right,
couldn't
yeah.
call my friend and say, "Hey, love your design, but this isn't what." Like I just wouldn't feel comfortable doing it. Like
There's no need to hold back, really. And that's why things move quickly.
Yeah.
And you get things done.
yeah.
And then when shit hits the fan, the mum comes in and
Mum
says,
comes
guys,
in,
it's a board meeting
organises a board
tonight
meeting.
after dinner. There you go.
The official.
It sounds like a really good structure you guys
Yeah.
got going on in that
It's
household.
good. It is good.
Speaking about moving quickly for a minute, I feel like the brands, the aesthetic you've been pushing for a while now is really starting to take off. I've seen a few people in the city wearing it. Sigalo Bar is very...
Really?
Yeah, don't worry. I see it around.
Really?
Yeah, it's in line with the vision. I was like, good. But my question to you guys is, you have this super tight-knit dynamic between you two, but how do you scale this? How do you grow it? What's the next steps?
How do we grow it? I mean, the next step for us, again, like I'm saying, like I have been saying, it's a full collection, and it's a risk. It's going to be a risk because we haven't done it before. And if you're going to move forward, you're going to have to take a risk. So that's our next step. I mean, we have to see where that goes. We're going to arrange a few meetings and have a few discussions with people and get some opinions. We've been very, very lucky to be speaking to James Chan about a few things. And with his experience, the advice has been amazing.
Can you give us an example of maybe one thought you were having and then you received advice and it just shifted?
Well, I think a good example was the transparency one.
Yeah,
TikTok.
we spoke to him about how can we get our brand out there? What things do you suggest doing and what things do you suggest not doing and
being the
steering away
master
from?
of marketing that he is.
Yeah, and we spoke to him should we start up a TikTok? Should we be more transparent and do behind the scenes and show my face and this and that? He's like, he had some great points. He was like, just keep it low key. Don't overexpose. Don't just saturate. Your
Back
product.
to keeping that mystique.
Yeah,
which is at the core of.
Yeah.
Back to long-term vision, I think. I think people, and we've definitely tried a lot of different strategies. So I speak with a bit of experience, where when you try to hit everything, what's that saying? You stand for everything, you fall for nothing. So by being on every platform, you kind of lose yourself to all those platforms. But by honing in and going, this is what we do, on this platform, you'll get that respect and sort of overcome a lot of your competitors because, especially on that platform. And in this day and age, you only need to be massive on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. You don't need to be big across all three.
Yeah, I think, if we did take that step onto TikTok, I think it might be revealing, not that we have anything to hide, but maybe revealing too much. I think, I think people are interested in that mistake that you're talking about. And I think there's a lot of brands out there that do it well and they're successful. So you got Jound, right? Not many people are going to know what Justin looks like.
Yeah.
And what he's doing. But that work in progress or behind the scenes photo he takes for the Instagram makes it cool. And that's a really good way of doing it, I think. And James said that as well. I think if you're going to show that work in progress, maybe make it part of your aesthetic, make it blend, and don't do something that's out of your brand vision or value. Yeah, and I think TikTok might be a bit out there for us.
It makes a lot of sense to me, sort of from what we just said earlier. The pieces you're building are timeless, they're long term. Your visions are long term. With that said, I think building what you're building it's going to be great over a long period of time, and hopefully shows like that are worn in 10 years. So it makes complete sense that you're going to be around for a very long period of time.
Love to.
Yeah, but if you're showing your face and you're pushing that,
is that timeless?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a different lens. I think in terms of scaling as well, it's a lot harder to market yourselves globally as it is a really timeless shirt that's been built over a really long period of time it's almost like, what are you doing here? Are you selling yourself or are you selling the shirt? And I think the way you guys conduct yourselves is within the garments. There's nothing more important than the garment. Yeah. Where I would say, me personally, in my experiences, I've probably almost marketed myself as important as the products. So, but someone in Japan might be like, I don't understand that person, therefore I don't understand the product. But I think if the product speaks loud over 5-10 years, it has to be, understood across. It'll break through the boundaries, I think, internationally.
It just you have to do it properly, though. If
Correct.
you're going to do the garment side of things, it has to be done properly and it has to last. And your styling can't. It can't be cringe. It needs to be, and it can't be trend oriented or dictated. It has to be your own view and what you think's going to last and what people can wear and what they feel like. Oh, I've got that in my wardrobe. We do that often. often pair things with other brands or pieces we have in our wardrobe because we want people to feel like it's not like you have to buy an entire Observe kit to be able to wear this. Like,
simple.
you've got things at home.
Yeah.
You can dress it up. You can dress it down.
Styling's like Musk could stand. Like, we could take a photo of Musk right now and chuck that up on the Instagram. That's literally what we do. No, but I'm just saying, like we literally
It's not the face of the brand.
we literally pair. I'm
Get
just saying
this
the
man.
outfit. We pair just the shirt with a pair of blue jeans and
I love it.
and show people this is all you need to do to actually wear the product and have it look good. Like,
Back to the product being of such a high quality, and I want to go into your experience with manufacturing and finding partners in your supply chain that align on that long-term vision with you.
Yeah,
We've been
that has
through
been a
lots.
ride. That has been a ride. Yeah, I think to start off with, we had some pretty sketchy manufacturers, and we'd be hit and miss all the time, and like putting those tech packs together, like we would be outlining every detail so they would not have to make any decisions by themselves.
It was just sample after sample.
And that's
after
like
sample.
that's
It's
one
just
piece of advice that if anyone's starting out, outline everything. Do not let anything leave
Don't let
anything to
them
chance or
decide.
anyone else's decision, because it's your garment and you make the decisions.
That's tough when you have no background though. Hey, like
It is.
Yeah.
But that's the thing you learn. Like, that's like early on, we were just saying, like, the tech packs were very brief. You were still learning. Like,
Big time.
Yeah,
I had no idea what I
you
was
don't know
doing.
how to,
No.
you know. And we were getting some shocking orders. And,
And
yeah,
there was once we had 300 hoodies come in with like stains everywhere.
stains all over them.
And they were pre-ordered.
And I just heard
So,
Musk.
I
I just heard Musk in the I'm upstairs doing
Through the
my own
wall.
thing.
the
it
stain.
was more than 5 knocks.
Musk was like
That's danger.
in the back room unpacking everything. He's like, "Oh, we got the new jumpers," and I'm upstairs like sick. He's unpacking them, ready to pack. Stain,
They were sent back.
stain,
They were
stain
sent back.
on
Had to wait
300
another
hoodies.
month and a half.
Damn.
Just
Customers
the
going
emails
nuts.
we
We
had
had
to send, I was
people-
like, I do not want to send this.
We had people emailing us, "Where's my hoodie? I've been waiting 4 or 5 weeks." I'm thinking, "Oh, you're gonna have to wait another 5. Gonna be waiting 10 weeks now, aren't
It's
you?"
horrible. And
It
it's
was
just
not
like
good.
that's what you have to go through.
Mm.
And you learn who's good and who's good at what and who's not. And again, you build the connections to, I mean, the manufacturer we've got at the moment, they're amazing with detail. And the only reason we're with them is because of the connections that we have with friends and people recommending things. And this went right, and we're looking to make this. And so we've ended up at this point. And so far, they've been fantastic. And the quality's been awesome. And it's definitely a step up to what we've been doing. So people get excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It's looking
Keep
good.
an eye out. Well, yeah, we got the shirt, we got the bag up there
Yeah.
for the audience to have a look at, which are incredible.
Yeah, no, the products are definitely starting to align with your thoughts, I think, and you know they have been for a while. And I think it's the small things you do, like you brought in some socks there. We don't have them up there just yet, but they're actually in coffee-looking packaging. I think those small touches go really far.
This is what I mean when Musk goes up. He's just like, "What can I do that's really weird and out of the ordinary?" And it's awesome.
We write a unique number on each one of
People
them.
love it.
Oh, really?
So each
He
person
goes-
has their own pair, I guess.
Write the
That's
batch
sick.
number when you're packing it. I'm thinking, okay, all right.
It's an extra 4 hours.
but it's good because people receive it and they're like, "This is so sick." Like,
Yeah.
it's not like you've just chucked it in a plastic pocket that's come straight from the manufacturer and sent it to me. It's actually like, you know, we still write the handmade cards with their name and like write a personalized message, and
Everything's
it's-
wrapped individually as well. Like
We've-
that's the little
yeah.
touch that we've been doing from the get-go.
and that's something we want to continue doing. We don't want it to become
That's why we
Corporate.
probably would never outsource packing and anything like that. Like
Yeah.
we always write the card, we always pack it ourselves.
This is an interesting thing to talk about. It's something I've been grappling with for a long time. I remember, like in my experience, I think when it got to 400 or 500 orders a drop, I was just like, this is doing my head in. Like I would be printing things wrong, sending out the wrong garments because there's so much going on, probably writing the wrong name on the card at that point. And I think at that stage I outsourced it. I just called up, any 3PL that would take it on. And that was great because I didn't have to deal with it. But I didn't realize that we literally had built our brand on those cards. My dad was an artist, and I used to get him to, he still is, he'd draw these little cards and put 10 minutes into it. They'd be incredible sketches. And he did that for like 50 sales one time. And I wonder if anyone's still got those. Yeah, I was like, fuck this. I'm like, I can't want to keep these. But those things are like, I think they're more valuable sometimes than a sock, than a hoodie.
They are.
They stay in the brain.
Yeah, they are.
I remember I got a package from you guys, and you wrote a really nice message, and I'm like, oh, this is really nice.
We definitely went hard, yeah.
Yeah, like it like means something to the customer, and they're like, I'm actually spending my
That's
money.
what a small business does, though.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to create difference from what is a big business that doesn't have the time for the small customer. The small business is trying to relate to the customer.
Facts.
Yeah, and when you lose that, and you think you're going to the next level, and it's like, I don't have time for the customer anymore. I think then you've sort
lose it a bit.
you've lost the vision. You're not maybe in line with why you started it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is tough because, you know, there is certain points of like, you know, growth. Maybe you want to go interstate. Maybe you're flying around internationally trying to grow out there. Yeah. It's like, how are you riding those cars back locally? But I think
Dad.
Dad,
you guys
Dad's in
got
the kitchen riding on.
You got the tight knit Italian family. Don't worry.
He actually would though. That's the thing.
That's
like
awesome.
they actually would.
Yeah,
that's so good. I think yeah, we've talked about it once on this pod, but yeah, I think handwriting cards is like literally it's a bit cringy, like a cheat code in a way of that's a way to just tap straight into the customer that people really undervalue.
Definitely cuts through, I think. Is there a hardest day or hardest moment you guys have had so far on the journey?
I reckon it was probably when we received those 300 stained hoodies.
Yeah, it's
tough.
And we had to break it to everyone that there was an issue. And
and
there was another, I think it was not long after that, we came out with another colour way in that same jumper that was stained. And the sizing tags were all wrong. So we're sending out mediums, but they're actually smalls. Sending out larges, but they're actually mediums. And
tracksuit sizes coming
oh my
in
gosh.
kid sizes?
The tracksuits are,
we
picked up the tracksuits and the large, I kid you not, was about that big. The leg was about that big. I'm thinking, should we start a kids?
We're sending the sizing and things going.
Should we start a kids line? Like, I was like, how can we use this? Master's just going through the roof, and I'm like, okay, we're trying to keep everything.
You can see him seething.
Yeah.
Everyone calm. We're just getting
Reliving some memories.
Don't take him back there.
PTSD, yeah. So every time Mus does the sizing for something, we get 7 people to look over it.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
It's a very shameless plug for us, but I'll throw it in. I think that's literally where our brand came from, like those moments. And I'm seething inside with you because I've had similar moments. And we are like, this supplier, like, how could they? And after speaking to so many brands, especially on this podcast, you know, you guys are one of many that's dealt with this. And Jack and I thought, you know, if we can cut through that and build the trust straight away with our customers and the suppliers and go through that shitty process of getting things wrong, which we've had to go through visiting 20 factories.
Yeah, so people don't have to.
Yeah.
It's literally pretty much our whole business model. It's like, we don't want people to go through that.
Yeah, good on you.
And hopefully, like, we're a stepping stone. I think, you know, you can use us for a while, build your brand with confidence. And then maybe as you grow, you can build that relationship, you know, with a supplier more closely. Perhaps maybe stay with us so we all grow together. I don't know. Haven't figured that part out.
Are there a few things you wish you guys knew, you know, when you started 2 years ago? Obviously there's a lot, but is there like one or two things in your mind that if for that small business coming up?
What did I mention earlier?
You did say you said the getting like your tech pack like absolutely to
the details. That'd be one of them.
Yeah. So like you're constantly learning, obviously, and only in the last 6 months I learnt about the different types of ribbing on it, like the 2x2 or the 1x1.
Yeah.
I always used to just ask for ribbing.
Yeah.
Right. That's like little things, and you're always learning. And neither of us come from a fashion background. We just like clothes. But yeah, it's watch a heap of videos from people that you're inspired by. Follow the same processes that they're doing as normal for them, like their day-to-day stuff. And don't follow the trends. Don't follow the trends for business. Do your own thing.
So with what you said, you know, you like follow people that you respect, but then also trying to stay true to you. How have you gone about that?
I mean, you kind of get your style inspiration from people that you love what they're wearing and stuff like that. But there's always going to be a few things that you're going to change to make it more you. I guess that's where where that kind of
It's like a blend, like
Yeah, you
take
just
5
blend.
different things
Yeah.
and put it together.
Sounds like you guys have built, a really good core network of people that, maybe have got you into this really good manufacturer, or people like James Chan who are helping you with marketing. Has that been a concerted effort to really try and network and find these people with, 5-10 years experience in the game already?
Les, yeah. I mean, when I say Les is the person that's out there having a chat to people and pushing the brand with friends and family, I think in that regard, like that's kind of a marketing approach in itself. I've been lucky, I've got some great friends that are in the industry. You got Pat and Kev and those up there boys. They've been great with advice and styling, and that's how like that builds over time. I think I actually don't know what you asked.
Yeah, well, I think like from our perspective, see someone who's 19 and just turned 22, and you guys are so far into the journey, looking in, and it's incredible for you guys to be where you are right now. And so I thought, maybe that's one of the ways that you guys have potentially fast tracked.
Oh, with connections. Sorry.
With connections.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
Sorry,
say connections.
Yeah.
It's friends of friends of friends. That's what it is.
And just being open,
it's
I guess,
even
too.
like-
As I mentioned with Pat and Kev, those friendships we've been introduced to people that I have no idea about, and then you get chatting with them.
But even going
Give me some
to, I think they
advice.
released a shoe with ASICS. It was a collab, and we went to their thing because we were just interested in it. And then
You have no idea who these people are.
No idea.
But they're all relevant.
Yeah.
And you'll learn that over time. And they've all got something some advice to give you, or just something to contribute.
Yeah, like Mus would come home and go, I spoke to this guy today. He knows this guy, and he used to do this for work. And then all of a sudden, 2-3 months later, we're going for a coffee with this dude. And I'm like, okay, sweet.
That works.
So
good.
Yeah.
coffee
That's awesome.
is where you,
Well, how did I
that's it.
Correct.
met you through your sister at the gym?
Yeah.
Like the physio.
crazy.
It's amazing how
Yeah.
these connections just form. And then through you, I
So many
meet
mutuals.
you.
Yeah.
We've got all these mutual friends.
Yeah, it's crazy. I felt like we knew each other, but we didn't. you know?
That's I was like, I feel like we know Jesse and stuff. Like,
Yeah, it was like we don't, but we do. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I think especially in a place like Australia where we have a small population, which works against us in some ways, but it also, from a networking standpoint, you're only 2 people away from getting that meeting with someone that's really can move the needle for you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Big
great
time.
piece of advice. And I guess to jump on the back of that, I said it to Jack after I left the first time meeting you guys. I was like, I couldn't believe your age. And I prefaced that by saying, like, I hated when I was young and people are like, oh, you're so young. It's like, why are you looking at my age? Why don't you look at like what I achieve and what my mindset is? And so I'll take that for you guys. I think your mindset, your approach, the long-term thinking, which you spoke a lot about today, it's incredible. And if more young people can take that on, I think they'll be in some great shoes.
No, appreciate that. That's
Of course.
awesome.
Yeah. Great story and incredible role models for those coming up.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hopefully we see more brother and sisters teaming up together.
Absolutely.
Take the risk.
Yeah.
It's worth it. Yeah.
It is good.
Yeah.
Finally, what can everyone look forward to this year? You guys have got some big collections in the works. What does that look like?
So yeah, our fall winter collection will be our first full collection.
Wow. Give us a little rundown. What you're talking like head to toe, like
Yeah, head to toe. There'll be some lovely twill jacket moments. Some quilt involved. Some nice over jackets, some shirting, denim, and like some proper quality fleece stuff. We want to make sure that the fleece is in line with the outer garments that we're doing. Yeah, we want everything to be on the same level. So
exciting.
yeah, we're super keen to release that and see what people think. We've also got a pop-up store or an archive store in May, late May. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Be there.
We'll be there for sure.
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
100%. Well, guys, thank you
Thank
for
you so
taking the
much.
time. We appreciate you. Your story's amazing.
Thanks.
Keep those board meetings going.
We'll invite you guys next time.
Why not? Why not?
third party.
Auditors.
Thanks,
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for
Cheers.
having us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.